All right, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to the May edition of the Women Techsters Open Day. And I can already see quite a number of persons joining. Welcome, welcome, welcome to everyone. I want to see the chat buzzing. Just let us know your name, where you're joining us from, where you're joining us from, and what expectations you have towards this open day. So just type it in the chat section. Tell us your name, what country you're joining us from. If you're here in Nigeria, or you're from Egypt, or you're from South Africa or Madagascar, just join us. Okay, I can see Kate saying hello. My name is Kate, and I'm from South Africa. Hi, Kate. How is South Africa doing today? How is your weather? And just how are you doing? Basically, let's hear from you. Okay, I can see Fatima saying hello. Yes, hello to you. So please just introduce yourself. Let's know where you're joining us from. Hi, Manuela. Okay, Manuela says, hi, everyone. I'm joining from South Sudan. How is South Sudan today? Okay, I can see Asme. Okay, I hope I pronounced that right. Saying, hi, everyone. I'm from Morocco. Interesting. This is really interesting. I can see Maria saying, hi, everyone. My name is Maria, and I'm from Uganda, East Africa. Wow, proudly represented. That's so nice. And I can see someone saying, hi, my name is Hanatu. I'm from Nigeria. Hi, Hanatu. I can see Woki saying, hi, everyone. My name is Woki. I'm from Kenya. Awesome, awesome. Hello. So I can see Stella saying, hi, everyone. My name is Stella from Abuja, Nigeria, our federal capital. I hope that's going well. I can see, okay, Rosemary saying, hi, everyone. My name is Okoro Rosemary Onyekachi, and I'm joining from Nigeria. Nice to meet you. Just tell us what expectations you have. We have speakers already here that, they are already on this meeting, and they're ready to, give out from their wealth of knowledge. So tell me, what expectations do you have when we're signing up for this webinar? Okay, I can see Temitope saying, hi, everyone. My name is Temitope Adewiyi. I'm from Ibadan, Nigeria. That's really interesting. Nice to meet you there. Oh, wow, I can see my namesake. She says, hi, everyone. My name is Erolua from Nigeria. Nice to meet you, Erolua. And I can see Suzanne. Suzanne is saying that she's here from Nairobi, Kenya. Hi, Suzanne. And how is Nairobi, Kenya today? I can see Ekbal. Ekbal is saying, hi, everyone. My name is Ekbal, and I'm from Egypt. Oh, wow, that's interesting. One of our speakers is also from Egypt. So hi, Kubal. Nice to meet you. So I'd just like to hear from everyone. What expectations do you have joining? I can see Amabel. I hope I pronounced that right. Amabel says, hi, everyone. My name is Amabel, and I'm from Ghana. Interesting. Can also see Gania saying, hi, everyone. My name is Gania Karim, and I'm from Nigeria. Okay, where did I go? Okay, I want to learn about opportunities in product design and what it entails. Beautiful. We'll have, one of our speakers here who's a product designer, and, she'll just tell you so much more about it. And I can see Ify saying, hi, everyone, my name is Ify and I'm from Anambra. Okay. Oh, I can see Woki saying, I expect to laugh at relatable and informative experiences. Well, you're definitely going to get a lot of information here. So, just stick around. And I can see Jonty saying, hi, I'm from Jonty from Nigeria here. Okay. I can see someone saying, I want to know more about data science and how it correlates with AI. Interesting, you get to know more. I can see patients saying, my expectation is to network and learn about software development front end. Okay, we have one of our speakers from software, and we are going to speak more on that. So not as to take too much of our time. Thank you everyone for joining in once again. And I'll just be handing over the mic to my colleague Blessing, who is the Women Techsters lead here at Tech for Dev. Hi Blessing, good evening.
Hi everyone. Good evening everyone. Good evening from wherever you're joining us from. It's 4 p.m. West African time in Nigeria. I'm not sure what the time is wherever you're joining us from, but it's exciting to have you all join us. My name is Blessing, and I am the Women Techsters Programs lead. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Women Techsters Open Day for the month of May edition. Before I proceed, I would like to say thank you to all of our amazing speakers that are here today. Thank you for taking out, time from your very, very, very busy schedule. If we're going to book a session with you, we know how many dollars it will cost, but you are giving us your time, and we're really excited about this. And we are also glad that you recognize the vision, what we are trying to achieve, and we are also able to contribute your time to it. So we do not take your availability today for granted. Hello, every other person. I'm just here to speak very briefly about the Women Techsters initiative, and then that will be it. So if this is your first time of joining this type of meeting, this is the Women Techsters Open Day. Aside from the Women Techsters Open Day, we have other programs that we do. So the Open Day is a session like this where you get to learn from industry experts on the different learning tracking focus, and you also get to learn how they survived, or how they are managing, or the things they do, the superpowers they have that's helping them to be able to get through these things, the things they do daily. And so I'm sure you have, if you're not here, if you're here today, you probably have lots of questions and you need to pen it down. And so after you've gone through the Women Techsters Open Day, a part of what you'll be encouraged to is to, think of what learning track you want to go into. And when you've made a decision on which you want to, the Women Techsters bootcamp give you the opportunity to at least learn within 5 learning tracks, which is product design, product management, software development, cybersecurity, and data analysis. And you can learn any of these skills for 3 weeks and for free. So I just thought I should put this out here. If you want further information around the bootcamp, you want to stick around to the end of this meeting so you can get further information. And then we also have Women Techsters Fellowship, that the application is currently ongoing. The Women Techsters Fellowship is a 1-year fellowship program, 6 months of technical training and 6 months of internship. The call for application went out 27th of April last month rather, and is closing on 27th of May. So you still have 2 days if you've not signed up for the fellowship. In case you're wondering, what do I stand to benefit? Aside from the fact that you'll be learning for 6 months for free, you also get to learn soft skills. You also get to meet with other women from other communities and countries in your class. You get to work on groups. You get to learn tools, freelancing tools, get to optimize your social media account, and the next. It's a whole lot of experience for the next for the 6 months. And you also get to be placed on internship that are paid roles in most of the cases. So yeah, and then we have the masterclass that are for people who are already within the field, 6 months to 5 years of experience. If you have those experience, we have a masterclass, and we have great news. We have a masterclass popping up next month in June. So all of these things are things that we do at Tech for Them, and it's exciting that our goal is to reach 5 million women by 2030. We are really excited about the work we do, because we know how much of the giants we are raising in women, and how much of the changes we see in the economic and also in the financial ecosystem for women as well. So I'm not here to bore you. Like I said, I just wanted to give you brief information about programs that we do at Tech for Them. So if you need further information, you can always check our social media platforms and the likes to get more information. Yes, let's get right into why we are here. We're here for the Open Day, and I know our speakers are ready to speak. I usually will say this before. Since you already made up your mind to be a part of this event, you're here already. It's important that you get 2 things straight. Number one, ensure that you have very great internet, because you don't want your internet to go wild or go bad when maybe your favorite speaker today is probably saying something and internet goes off. So you don't want to be faced with that. So ensure that you have an alternate source of internet. Also very important is that you have a writing material with you. You may want to use your mobile phone, or you want to use maybe a notepad. Ensure that you write down something and then go back and practice what it is that you have written. Remember to take action, because that's the most important thing, everything I've said. Okay, so I would be handing over to my colleague, who is going to be giving a welcome address on behalf of our Executive Director and in person of Oladipo Oladipo, who is unavoidably absent. My colleague is Ojonoka DTSP. She's the placement lead at Tech for Them. Hi, Ojonoka, and it's good to have you join us this afternoon.
Hi, Blessing. Thank you for having me, and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ojonoka DTSP, as Blessing has rightly mentioned, and I'm honored. It's such a rare privilege for me to be reading the welcome address on behalf of our Executive Director, who is unavoidably absent. Of course, she sends her love So over the next few minutes, I'm going to be reading out her thoughts to you, her kindest thoughts to you, and please enjoy as you listen, okay? So here it goes. Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining the May 2023 edition of our virtual Women Techsters Open Day program. We're elated to have you, wonderful women from across Africa, join us today to learn about how to pursue your interest in technology. I would especially like to also welcome you all as prospective women techsters who have joined us today to learn about starting a career in tech through our Open Day program. I would quickly run through some recent highlights from our Women Techsters program. Last month, we ran a call for applications for the cohort 2.6 bootcamp, and out of 7,194 applications that we received, 3,670 women from across 15 African countries were admitted. Classes began on the 8th of May 2023, and currently the beneficiaries are preparing for their group projects and demo day, where they will showcase the practical skills they learned to solve real-life problems. Also, on the 31st of March 2023, after a rigorous application process and 6 months of intensive training, we graduated 847 beneficiaries from our Women Techsters Fellows class of 2023. These women, mothers, daughters, wives, students, and workers persevered over the 6 months of training, juggling life and the Women Techsters Fellowship. They strive to become better versions of themselves and a force to be reckoned with in the technology space. One example is Faith Olagoke. Faith heard about the Women Techsters Fellowship from a friend and jumped at the opportunity because it was free. She wanted to transition into the tech industry and figured this was her opportunity, especially as it came at no cost to the beneficiaries. She chose to learn cybersecurity, and it's safe to say that without Women Techsters program, she wouldn't have been able to add value to her current role. It's amazing to see Faith's journey now, and she is living her dream as a cybersecurity expert. Stories like Faith's gives us the strength and zeal to continue doing our work. As such, on the 27th of April 2023, we opened our call for applications for the 2024 Women Techsters Fellowship. And while applications have been pouring in, we still encourage anyone who hasn't to send in their application before the deadline on the 27th of May. This is just 2 days away, ladies. Furthermore, this year, we are launching into 7 new African countries, which in addition to our current 15 countries of operation will sum up to 22 countries. They are Nigeria, Ghana, Ethiopia, Egypt, DR Congo, Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya, Madagascar, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Algeria, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Rwanda, Gambia, and Botswana. Women Techsters is made possible through our organization, Tech for Dev. Tech for Dev and entrepreneurship opportunities and platforms for empowerment and advocacy. Our vision is to equip Africans with digital and life skills that foster economic prosperity, financial freedom, and sustainable development. Women Techsters is an initiative of Tech for Dev that aims to bridge the digital divide between men and women in the technology ecosystem. Through our pilot program, Nigeria Women Techsters, we enabled almost 3,000 women between the ages of 16 to 40 across Nigeria over a 3-year period to ignite interest in pursuing careers and businesses in technology. Driven by our success stories of numerous women from Nigeria, from the Nigeria Women Techsters program like Fatima, Tomi, patience, and among others, we carved a new ambition and dream to replicate this model across Africa, providing more women access to opportunities to launch careers and businesses in technology. Our dream by 2030 is to reach 5 million women in Africa by empowering them with knowledge and skills to partake in the technology industry in Africa and the world at large. We believe that empowering change for women across Africa, as well as providing them opportunities to access employment and entrepreneurship opportunities, would help achieve a 50-50 male to female ratio balance in the technology space. The Women Techsters Open Day is a monthly virtual program organized for women across Africa to learn about leveraging the power of technology to start and advance their careers and create technology-enabled businesses. The Open Day is an opportunity for women to interact with other successful women who have built careers or businesses in technology over the years, and who will share their personal experiences, speak about possible career paths and business opportunities, and help women appreciate the importance of acquiring digital and deep tech skills in this age. We appreciate Microsoft and Islamic Development Bank for collaborating with us to bring this initiative to life this program year. And we look forward to continually impact and improve the economic realities of women across Africa. I would like to appreciate everyone, ladies, for being here today to commence your journeys and to becoming women in tech, and to say a special thank you to our guest speakers, Jacqueline, Damilola, Aya, and our moderator, Omolola, for taking time out of their very, very busy schedules to share stories of their journeys as women in tech. I look forward to a wonderful conversation. Thank you. So on behalf of Deora, thank you so much for having me today. Thank you for listening. And I wish you all such a productive time on today's event. Thank you, and over to you, Ore.
Thank you very much for that speech, Ojonoka. Thank you so much. And we just heard about some women who have passed through the Women Techsters initiative. And it's just good to see some of their success stories. So right now, I would be sharing my screen for you to just watch one of our beneficiaries and her success story.
My name is Fatima Ahmed. I'm from Ilorin, Kwara State. I studied chemistry from the University of Ilorin, but now I'm a woman in tech. Getting a job in Nigeria is very difficult. After my National Youth Service program, I was at home for like 5 to 6 months, writing CVs, applying for jobs, and the highest I got was callbacks, which was very frustrating. I was talking to a friend about the difficulties of getting a job in Nigeria, and he was telling me about the opportunities in tech. Coincidentally, at that time, another friend of mine was telling me about how she went to the Nigerian Women Techsters program, where she learned how to code and build websites. Seeing what she could do, I was motivated to apply for the Nigerian Women Techsters program. The training was for 12 weeks. I learned technical skills, building websites, writing codes. I also learned soft skills, communicating effectively, working in teams. It made me more effective in what I do today. Coming for the training, I just felt that, okay, I'll just learn some new skills, then have to go back home to apply for other jobs. But during the training, I started getting a lot of job opportunities, and here I am today. I have a good job, and I am glad I took the bold step to come for the Nigerian Women Techsters training. I currently work as a technical support engineer at Tech Experts, where I provide cloud-based solutions. I want to use this opportunity to encourage other young women out there who are looking for jobs to empower themselves with tech skills and take advantage of opportunities like this.
With partners like Microsoft, we've been able to train over 2,475 women in coding and deep tech skills across 12 states in Nigeria. And all this training was done for free. Over the next 10 years, we will train 5 million women across Africa by 2030. And we're looking for partners who could join us on this journey.
All right, thank you, everyone. Thank you very much for that. Wow, I can already see the chat section bubbling up where people are saying, oh, wow, that is inspiring, interesting. Thank you very much for that. And right now, I would be going straight to reading the bios of our guest speakers who are here for us. They are here for us, and they are here to just talk about their own experiences and also just how exactly to get into tech. The opportunities that abound for you. And we have 3 speakers and of course our moderator. So I'll start with Jacqueline. Jacqueline is currently MTN Ghana Security Head and the Senior Manager for Enterprise Information Security and Governance. She has over 15 years of industry experience in cybersecurity, governance, risk and compliance with a track record of leading and creating value through the successful implementation of information security management systems in relation to business strategy. Jacqueline is a driven and tenacious leader with an open and direct style of communication. She is passionate about empowering the younger generation of women, particularly in the ICT space, through mentoring. This is to create a legacy of confident, self-assured female leaders. She is a sought-after international speaker in the cybersecurity and women in technology space, and has participated in several ICT/female empowerment plenaries in and outside MTN. She's currently serving as a board member for the ISACA Ghana, a global association that provides IT professionals with knowledge, credentials, training, and community in audit, governance, risk, and privacy, among others. And she is an advisory board member for the IT Web Security Summit. That's Jacqueline Hanson-Cotie, everyone. Hi, Jacqueline. All right, so I'll quickly move to our next speaker, Aya. Aya Makdi is an experienced senior user experience designer with a demonstrated history of working in the information technology and services industry. She is a strong engineering professional with a bachelor's degree in bioinformatics from Computer and Information Science, ASU, and she has 5 years experience working on over 30 projects. She is skilled in design, user experience at UX, systems analysis, analytical skills, and user interface design. Aya is currently a senior product designer at Banquet MISR in Cairo, Egypt. Aya, so for those persons who are asking for a product designer, there you have it. And on to our third speaker, Damnola Olukoju is a distinguished software engineer, currently pursuing an MSc in data science and serving as the director of Women Who Code, Lagos, an organization dedicated to empowering women in their tech careers. With 4 years of industry experience and a passion for promoting diversity and inclusion in technology, Damnola has established herself as a leading figure in the tech community. Throughout her career, she has demonstrated exceptional technical expertise and a keen understanding of software engineering principles. Her extensive experience in the field has allowed her to tackle complex challenges and deliver innovative solutions. She has consistently exhibited a strong commitment to quality, efficiency, and innovation, making her a respected professional in the software engineering domain. As the director of Women Who Code Lagos, Damnola has played a pivotal role in driving gender diversity and equality in the tech industry. Through her leadership, she has spearheaded initiatives, workshops, and mentorship programs aimed at providing women with the necessary resources and support to excel in their tech careers. Her dedication to fostering an inclusive community and promoting the advancement of women in tech has earned her recognition and admiration through the industry. With a strong foundation in software engineering and she has an ongoing pursuit of MSc in data science. She is at the forefront of technological advancement and data-driven approaches. Through her leadership of Women Who Code Lagos, Damilola is actively shaping the future of technology, ensuring equal opportunities for women to thrive and succeed. And that is our third speaker, Damilola. And of course, our moderator, Omolola Omolambe. Omolola is a software engineer at Moneypoint with over 4 years experience developing and managing solutions for customer and business-focused products. She is passionate about discussing and implementing clean code practices, as well as designing and implementing scalable and maintainable software architecture. She holds a degree in electrical and electronics engineering. All right, so those are our speakers for today. Hi, Omolola.
Hi.
All right.
Hi, everyone.
So I'll just hand over the baton to you.
Okay, hi, everyone. I am excited to be moderating this session and also engaging with some of the smartest women in the industry. I look forward to us having an engaging session, and I will just go right into my first question. So my first set of questions is for Aya and Damilola. I see that from your background, you both have computer science related courses, that is, you studied in university. I would like to know if there was anything maybe from your childhood that influenced your decision to study this at university. Aya, you can go first.
Okay, sure. How are you all? I'm very happy to be here. Actually, first touch with the computer was just watching Disney films and the Lion King in my childhood. So when I joined computer science in 2015 was the first time to send email from Gmail. But after that, everything goes fast and grows fastly. The first touch was very hard to know how the technology go on, how to speak to the computer, how to teach each other, and how to learn the code programming language. So everything in the first was hard, but after that, everything goes well.
Thank you. So I guess Disney made you fall in love with programming. That's interesting to hear. Damilola, would you like to also share what made you take that course in school?
Oh yeah, hi everyone, and thanks for joining. My own passion for technology started when I was I think I should be around 7 years old, and I remember our neighbor just got this a computer, I think it was Windows XP that time. So we usually go to the house to go and look at how they are typing on the computer, and I literally don't know what it's all about, but there's this special feeling when people are coming in to look at their computer, and that's what drives my passion. Or okay, maybe when I'm growing up, I didn't know I was going to, but that drives my passion. And I didn't really want to choose computer science at first. My dad would just want to be because I was very good in chemistry. I was the best student in chemistry at that time, and I was looking into pursuing chemistry, and my dad was why do I was okay, let me make my personal research and see what's trending, what the future looks like, and what I can do. So I feel at that time, I think there was a CNN program talking about computer science. I'm okay, I think this is where this is the course I'll just choose. And that is my background in computer science. And
yeah, good to see that it's currently working out for you too. I guess you took the right decision then. Thank you. But on the flip side, Jacqueline, I can see that you have an MSc, and even if you have a BS and an MSc in banking and finance, but right now you have spent over 15 years in the cybersecurity space. I would like to know why you transitioned from finance to cybersecurity.
Thank you, Omolola. Hello, everybody. I hope you're well. It's an honor to be here. Greetings from sunny, it's sunny Accra. So I fell into tech really by accident, to be honest with you. I had all these grand plans of working on Wall Street in New York or the city in London, hence obviously my career choices and actually my sort of learning choices. And actually after my my master's in international finance. I actually also took CFA, which is Chartered Financial Analyst. So my path was really looking to a finance one. But I moved from the UK back to Ghana, and I decided to pursue a job at KPMG. It was a long time ago. Maybe some of you were not born, in 2005, when we had to start looking more closely at the control environments in which the financial records were produced. So then IRM and external audits, which really is IT audit, had just become a thing. So I joined KPMG. I was one of the first on the team for IRM and external audits. And what we used to do is, when the auditors go in and audit, we go in also and do an IT audit of your environment and your IT system to establish whether it has been compromised or not. So that really led me into cybersecurity. And here I am, over 17 years later, I'm still here. It's been a bumpy ride, but it's been a good one. Heritage, yes, maybe some of you are young, but maybe some of you are might not be as old as me, but I know some of you are young as well. So maybe some of you might not have been born. Thank you.
Thank you for that. And you just mentioned that it hasn't been a bumpy ride. Would you like to touch on some of the challenges you have faced throughout your journey?
So it's been a steep learning curve. I mean, obviously, with my background, I wasn't technically inclined, or I didn't have a technical background. I didn't do computer science. So it was kind of difficult breaking into it. So I had to find a lot of help, and there was quite a lot I also had to figure out on my own. And I'm sure you know that things are easier when you have somebody who would hold your hand and sort of lead you through, or somebody who can help you, a mentor, a coach who can help you, or somebody who has walked the path to tell you, listen, these are the pitfalls I faced, so you be careful where you walk. But unfortunately, I didn't really have that. I'm just sort of discovering that. I won't say it's late, but it would have been more helpful if it came earlier. Cybersecurity is a field that is continuous learning. So you never stop learning. There are always new things. The threat landscape is increasingly expanding, and you have to keep abreast with the technological changes as well. So definitely a bit of a bumpy ride, but I think where there's a will, there's a way. No journey is without mistakes or without pitfalls. And I think once you determine that even if I fall, I'll rise again and keep going, I think you'll be all right.
Yeah, I agree, especially with the part of, as someone that is still growing, the part of having a mentor. I think it really does help when you have somebody that has been where you were before.
Yes, it does, always.
Yeah, thank you. Damiola, would you also like to talk on some of the challenges you have faced throughout your tech journey?
Yeah, for me, I would say there's so many challenges, especially when you're female in tech. Like, it's really kind of, I think the industry, coming to the industry, people literally feel is a man's kind of industry. And so when I was starting in 2018, I remember getting, like, from NYC, I got a job because I was already coding from school then. And I noticed I was the only woman on the team at that time. And they kind of like not want to give you projects. They feel like you may not be able to handle it. And reason best known to them. And at the end of the day, you just feel like, okay, because you are alone. And I feel like that is what really drives my passion in driving diversity and inclusion in tech, because you cannot even explain to anyone when you have this problem, like, I'm not getting what I'm supposed to get as I'm doing the same thing. I could do it, and why they not assigning me to this kind of thing. And and nobody to talk to. There's no woman that can talk to that probably understands me. It's like me talking about a guy to another man. So it's really like challenging for me. And oh, fine. Maybe as time goes on, I started like developing myself. That the community came in 2019, so they started seeing my work, and after that time, they were now like saying that, oh yeah, they could and give me projects, and so they gave me like a project in 2020. It was like it's so like contactless ATM, because the company I was working with at that time was kind of they're doing financial stuff. And I executed the project with some guys in Korea, so it was really a successful one. And before they could think of giving me another project, I was already saying bye-bye to the company, gotten another job. So I feel like it's challenging being the only one, being like seeing more women in tech personally. And another challenge I faced was at a point when I was starting, I do not have what I would call like I was not focusing on one particular thing. I was just everywhere. Tell me a new technology comes today, you find me there learning and learning and learning, because there was no one to like probably mentor me or show me, okay, if it's front end you want to do, just make sure you are good at it. If it's back end, just pick it, like a stack and just perfect it. That was a bit challenging, because before I could find myself, it's already like there's so many things in the industry, so you're just everywhere, not focusing on one thing. And personally now, growing in tech, I could like advise anybody coming into it that whatever you have passion for, whatever where you see yourself, or what you think are interesting, because I usually have people that ask me for mentorship, like what actually, like what do you think you like out of everything? That's some people say, oh yeah, I like design. Okay, if you like design, just go for design. If you think you like challenging stuff, yeah, maybe you go to software development. If you don't want to like wrap your head around coding at all, there's always something for you in tech. And that's how I was able to like overcome challenges. But then these challenges still remains there, because the ratio of the men and the women in tech is still not balanced. So, and that's why I appreciate like initiative like the Women Techsters, bringing more women into technology is really amazing.
Okay, thank you. You mentioned the part of discrimination in sense that you being competent enough, but still not giving task and having to prove yourself extra. So you had said that in your own case, what you did, you got a project, and I think you had shown that you were capable, and then, but you already live in a company. For people that are in this situation where they cannot leave the company at that time, what do you think should be done?
Okay, yeah. Like before I got the second project, like I'd already done a project that was maybe that's motivation, but I think that's what motivated them, thinking that could undo bigger project. Okay, so sorry that I was already leaving, but then for people in this case, then you have to prove everybody wrong. So if anybody have the perception, maybe like they are like their own kind of perception about you, is you have to work hard to prove them wrong. And that's how you represent yourself, because it's not like you're going to like do too much, but then let people know you can handle situations like this, you can do bigger tasks. And in a way, you have to work extra hard than usual person, because they already have apparently they know if you have a guy and a woman on the same project, there's already like a possibility that people actually raise the guy over you because of the gender bias in tech, which we don't know how it started, but we're still trying to like get a balance. So it is how you now scale yourself, prove yourself that you're not trying to overshadow anyone, but try to let people know that you too matters, you can do things, and you can do big things. It's not about gender or anything.
Okay, thank you, nice one. So moving to Aya, I know that you have worked on so many projects. I would like to know if was there any misconception you had maybe at the beginning of your product design career, that or something that you think generally people have that is not accurate about product design?
Okay, that thing was a challenge. Okay, the first. Actually, I have started my career in the last year of university. So was the most unexpected thing when I was refused many times because I'm still studying. So most of interviewers told me it's not your time to work without any logical reason. But I already working as a freelancer and applied for more jobs. So at the first, I have a challenge with no, it's not an acceptable design without any reason, without going through testing, without know the read persona. So some of these things was very bad for me and make me very confused about the product design, how the process go on, how you already applied this process or not. So I going to start taking more courses and how to challenge. Someone told me, no, it's not good design. So after that, you will go through most of similar discussions, and you know how to discuss each other about your design, how to make him believe this is the good design, and how to make him use your design for the first time with very easiest way, and how to interact with your design, with your experience, with your already research results you get first. That's it.
Yeah, okay. So as you said that you were confused about doing things when you started, and also at the beginning of this call, there are people, there's someone that had said that the person was looking forward to get more knowledge on how to start product design journey. Can you share some resources to help out?
Yes, sure. A lot of resources like NNG articles, TopTal articles also. You have to read every day. You have to read at least one article every day to learn more and see how to interact with this with your users and with your employees and your chapter lead, your leaders. So the product design has to go with interaction with the stakeholders, business team, users in the real testing. So the whole resources and the whole parts, you have to make them integrated into your design. So you have to go through the NNG articles. It's the most common thing in our technology.
Okay, did you say LNG articles? I want to get
Yes.
that correct. Okay,
And
LNG articles. Okay, are there also design communities for people to join?
Sorry?
Are there also design communities for people to join?
Okay, it's UXers, UXers in LinkedIn. It's a very good community.
Okay, you can also help like type in the chat box so that people can easily look that up.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you. And moving to Jacqueline. So Jacqueline, currently you hold a very high position in MTN Ghana. And so from my own experience, I would say that sometimes when women are leaders, people tend to just call them bossy, but in actual fact, they're just being assertive. I would like to know if this is something you have faced while being in this position, or if there's any type of discrimination that this leadership position has brought to you.
Thank you, Damilola. I think being called bossy would really depend on your disposition, your personality type as well. There's some people who are reserved and probably might not, in that position, might not be called bossy, but there are some people who are also assertive and want to speak out. And because people are uncomfortable with that, you will earn all kinds of accolades, not only bossy. But one thing I believe is you need to be true to yourself, and you need to be a fair leader in whatever you're doing. The names might come. You obviously you won't please everybody in what you're doing. So you get good names, you get bad names. I think it's always better to focus on what you're doing and where you're going instead of focusing on what names they're calling you. Definitely enough to listen to feedback and obviously adjust your behavior. We are always learning. Nobody's perfect. So it's good to take feedback on things that you're probably doing that are not sitting right, and then get that feedback and sort of learn and grow and adjust your behavior. In terms of facing discrimination, yes and no. I've always worked with a group of men and reported to a man. I haven't had the pleasure of reporting to a woman yet. And I've always felt supported. I think my focus is such that I know we're in Africa, most culturally, in some African cultures, I won't say most, in some African cultures, women are not, women in these positions are not highly regarded, or are probably ignored, or probably mistreated, or for want of a better word, I can't find the right word to express that. But I think for me, I focused on the task at hand. Yes, you would get a few run-ins. I won't call it discrimination per se, but in the execution of your work, you definitely butt heads with some people. And in something as delicate as cybersecurity, where you need to be constantly engaging people, effective communication is key on how you get your point across. Because with cybersecurity, you are trying to push a cart uphill, but you can't do it on your own. You need the entire company to back you, because one person is it could be your weakest link. So it's a job that you have to sort of call everybody to follow you to do. So effective communication is key. And it's imperative that you, I won't say make friends, but learn how to communicate effectively. And it's important that you grow, not only technically, like I said, but as a person as well. You have to have a growth mindset to be able to overcome the little biases and the little discriminations that rise up. I think if you're focused on your growth, if you're focused on the task ahead, you don't even see when these things right. Yes, there'll be the snide, sarky comments here and there, but you just have to sort of ignore them and forge your way ahead. I know there's a saying that said, on your journey, you can't stop and throw a stone at every dog that barks at you. They will come, these things will happen. You feel discriminated. There'll be comments made which you will not agree, and you find derogatory, you find disrespectful. I think the onus is upon you in terms of your context and situation, whether you're going to pick up that fight or you're going to let it go. You have to pick your battles as well.
I guess in summary, it means like knowing where you're going to and making sure that you are more focused on that than what people are saying in the comments. Exactly.
Yeah. Know where you're going, focus on it. I had Damilola talk about earlier on, she didn't have that guidance, so she was learning everything. I think it's important that you set a goal for your career. Listen, where do you want to be in 5 years? It's absolutely important. And what am I going to do to get there? What are the interventions I'm going to put in place to get there? And having a coach, if you can afford it, having a mentor, it's absolutely crucial, because it makes the journey sweeter and it makes it easier as well. You will get people to say, listen, I did this and this, it didn't work for me. You want to take a decision, maybe look at it this other way. You get that perspective of people who have walked that path that you want to get on. And sometimes I don't even advocate getting one person and say, okay, Damilola is my mentor. You need to know what you want and where you want to go, and find that in different people, or find different people who have traversed that path, okay? And then you contact them as and when for the needed guidance and a chat if you just even need a pick-me-up. Sometimes you don't need one person to say, okay, this is my mentor. So many people at this level don't really have the time don't have that much time to dedicate. Some will be very fully booked as well. So it's good to have a plethora of people as well who you could contact. Okay, this is my person to go to if I want to do more on public speaking. I've got a very sensitive issue at work. I don't know how to navigate it. If I talk to this lady, maybe she'll be able to help me. Okay, technically, I think I'm stuck. I'm looking into too many bottles with one eye. How can I progress forward? What is the process of elimination that I'll use to prioritize? And then you get somebody who has traversed that path and you talk to that person. I think your journey will be made easier.
Yeah, I totally agree. Thank you for that. So I would like to ask also, you had mentioned that it's important to also have these technical skills. Can you let us know some of the technical skills that someone that is getting into cybersecurity needs to have?
You said technical skills. Sorry, I lost you at that point.
You had said at the beginning of your journey, you had said that because you studied finance, you needed to research and find out the technical skills you actually need to move to cybersecurity. So I'm asking now, for beginners that want to get into that field, what are some of the technical skills they need to have to be good in cybersecurity?
Okay, all right. Thank you for that. Well, it goes without saying that cybersecurity requires a strong foundation in technical skills. You need to be able to effectively address the complex challenges that come with securing information systems and networks. And as much as you need technical skills, you need people skills as well, because one of your main duties is also security awareness, which involves peoples and behavior. So that's just something to bear in mind. I would say network security, understanding network protocols and architecture and security mechanisms is crucial. Proficiency in areas such as firewalls, intrusion detection and prevention, VPNs, and network monitoring tools is very crucial as well. Secure coding, familiarity with it is valuable for identifying and preventing common software vulnerabilities. Definitely vulnerability assessment, penetration testing, a proficiency in conducting VAPTs, that's vulnerability assessments and penetration testing. It helps to identify and address system vulnerabilities as well. I would say incident response and forensics. Yes, you need to understand incident response procedures and some digital forensic techniques. You would need it for investigating security incidents and collecting evidence as well. System administration, definitely key. I'll say probably one of the first ones. And knowledge of this is important to secure operating systems and manage security configurations as well. Okay. So I think these are just a few that I'll talk. Well, we are going, as we are progressing, proficiency in cloud security concepts and technologies, absolutely key. Something you need to know and understand. Threat intelligence and analytics. Definitely the compliance and regulations that surround the area in which you work with. Familiarity with security standards and regulations, ISO 27001, GDPR, HIPAA, PCDISS, NIST, CSS 20. I think these are all things that you would have to have a working knowledge of. Ideally for me, if I'm interviewing you to a role, I would be very happy if I see that you have done your CISSP, because I think it's able to test you effectively in terms of the technical arena. Anybody can.
Yeah, sorry to cut you short. Is there a certification?
Yes, CISSP is a certification. Okay. It's an ISE squared certification. And I think they're looking for 1 million cybersecurity professionals. So there's a free course called the cybersecurity. I'll find it and put it in the chat. There's a free course called cybersecurity certification being offered by ISE squared. I'll put it in the chat. I think it's free for now. But once you get it and you're certified, you have to maintain your certification, I think $50 a year. It's quite helpful if you want to break into cybersecurity. It gives you a good beginner's view into what you're getting into. And I think it's a great start for you to be able to start thinking, where do I want to end up on this journey?
Thank you. You have mentioned quite a lot of topics that people need to learn. And please don't forget to drop the certification mentioned in the chat box.
I will
Thank
do.
you. So moving to Damilola, in your opinion, what do you think are the top technical skills a beginner software engineer too should have, and where can they get to learn these skills?
Yeah, okay, for software engineering, it depends because software engineering, there are different aspects of software engineering. Is it going to like, if you pick like a front end, back end, or full stack, so it depends on what you pick. So for someone that wants to go into front end, I'll probably advise this. I think there's a website that I usually recommend to people, roadmap.sh. There are different roadmap of what you should learn. And I would recommend HTML, CSS, JavaScript, or those like the basics one. And maybe probably go in and pick like a framework. And if you want to do backend, I would probably say it depends on any language you want to like use. If you can learn C#, can learn Node.js, can learn PHP, different, that's so diverse so backend engineering, what's it called, language that you can learn also. And I would say you should learn design patterns, you should learn how to use algorithms, the big organization, different complexities measure. Should also learn that, because I feel like that most times when you're actually applying for such an engineering role, you probably be expecting they'll just give you a project to build. Most companies, I think the top companies, they don't have luxury of that. They just give you like algorithm problem to solve. They want to see how you can put in data structures, how you can solve complex problems. They will check your complexity, how fast your code can run and everything. That's what they will probably text you on. So if you're doing full stack, you're going to learn a combination of front end and back end together. So many things. And if you look even at resources, there are millions of resources online. I think there's frontend.io, there's free code camp, there's Code Academy. There are numerous resources out there if you're going to software engineering. So many things you can just wrap your head around. So that's what I would advise.
Okay, can you also, like some of the ones that you have used and you think are beginner friendly, you can also drop them in the chat. But
Yeah.
I have a question about what you said. So generally, I think one of the questions, I remember when I was a beginner, I was very confused as to, okay, should I learn Java? Like, it's very confusing to know which language to focus on at first, because there are a lot of languages. You don't even know if you should do front end and back end. What would you advise someone that comes to ask you, like, should I learn JavaScript or Java, or like, what should I do? What would you advise?
Okay, so like one of the important things when you're in tech, you should follow the industry trends. And when you're coming in, there's so many things already, and you're thinking of which one to focus on. Personally, I'll say you should do research about how these languages, what kind of problem do they solve, and how what kind of resources are available for the language, what kind of community is available for this particular language, how they maintaining this language is actually very important. Like, okay, let's for example, if you're thinking of like learning between maybe there are three options: React, Angular, Vue. Number one thing I'll probably advise you to see is what kind of community. The community matters. Like, is it like open source? Is it closed source? How are they maintaining the code? How are the version that released? What are the difference between the version? Because let me give you like an insight of what happened when I was learning how to code in 2016. I was in school then. I came for like IT or so. And there was Angular 1. Everybody learned Angular 1, and we're all good and we're fine. Then I did not know what was going on. They moved to Angular 2, and Angular 2 was actually very different for what you've learned in Angular 1. So it's like if you cannot even merge the two code bases together, it's like everybody now have to learn Angular 2 all over again. That was the downfall of Angular. That was what makes React popular more than Angular today. That was just the problem, because people that are there, or imagine your company website or your application is already running on Angular, the new version came, you cannot even switch. So I feel like you should understand, you should put yourself out there, make research of one industry trends, and just just be abreast, like so many things to like wrap your head, like check maybe community, Twitter is there. What are people saying about this? What are people saying about this language? How, so in that way, you'll be able to like pick something to learn. And it depends also. So many people, they may likely not like say they have the skills before. It might be that the company they are working in compel them to learn a particular thing. And that will, might happen. Most of the time it happens. So you might probably say, okay, yeah, I'm a C# developer. Then you find a job in a company that probably they are using Ruby. And what would you do? You wouldn't say, no, it's only C# I know how to do, I can't do this. So you have to like be ready to like adaptability is key in tech. Be ready to adapt to whatever environment you find yourself.
Yeah, I guess being able to adapt means that you actually understand the fundamentals, because if you do not, switching language would not be easy for
Yeah, I
you.
probably like I used to like advise people is learn the basics, understand, make sure you have the basic knowledge of programming. Like I feel like all the programming language have the same concept, just syntax is different. So if you understand the programming concept of a language, it will be easy for you to pick in any other language. Like I used to say, for somewhere else, it's the same thing, but like it's just the syntax and how that everybody their style is just different. So
Okay, thank you very much for that. Please also don't forget to drop some of the links in the chat box that you mentioned. Thank you. So moving to you, can you just describe to us how a typical day for you at work as a product designer is? Some of the tools you work with, or some of the soft skills you have acquired throughout your journey.
Okay, I just forget to tell you all something. If anyone wants to start, you have to start with the Google course in the Coursera. It's free. It's a very important point to start. Actually, as a product designer, you have to train yourself how to put yourself in the your user place, and how to make you more patient to listen to know about his problem more and more, and you have to read at least for every day, and challenge you have to search about the more challenge in your work environment, because it helps you to meet more users and listen to more problems and more insights. Most of soft skills in this field is the patience. You have to be patient to listen to your users, and after that finishing your design, you will discuss with the leaders, stakeholders, and developers. So you all the time you have to have a point of view to challenge them. For the first thing, you have to know what's the difference between UX designer, product designer, and UI designer, and interaction designer. So each one of them is a big role, and also the research, but research is out of design. Just make user interviews and know the business environment and everything about that. Just you start your design with the insights from the UX researcher. The product designer collect all of them. Product designer rule is how to get the first point of the project from getting the insights from the researcher to the final point with the development team. So you have to make all of these steps, and you have to arrange the process very correctly, and you have to make yourself more calm, because you will challenge a lot of people, a lot of types of people, like I said, users, stakeholders, developers, and you have to never go forwarding, and don't make anything stopping you.
Thank you. So, Jen, do you have any other advice for people that want to start their journey in product design?
Yeah, sure. Actually, we have a lot of channels on YouTube with good materials and specific courses. Some of them free courses and some purchased courses. Also, please don't hesitate to contact me if you want anything. I will help. That's it. I will share with you the most common courses in the product design field.
Okay, thank you for that. Damila, do you have any final words for people on the call that want to start their journey in software engineering?
Oh yeah, I'll say there's room for everyone, so you can come if you want to come. I think I saw like a question. Somebody was like, "Is particular years old and is he advised?" So you can come anytime. I know people that learn how to code like in their 40s, in their 50s, and you can still do great things. So I feel like one thing I'll probably advise is in tech is a continual, like a still learning curve. You have to continue learning. You learn constantly. You don't stop learning because the technology is not waiting for you. So as much as you think you know something today, tomorrow you don't know what is. I mean, like, nobody sees ChatGPT coming. Okay, but maybe we saw it coming, but we didn't see it coming this large or this big. But then, so things change every time. So you have to keep learning constantly. I think that's the word I have for anybody coming to tech. And coming to tech, you have to be ready for the industry also.
Okay, thank you very much. And Jacqueline, so Jacqueline, I see that apart from your 9 to 5 at MTN, so that you are on several other boards and you actually even you actually had them do some awareness programming on cybersecurity. And so it seems like it's a lot because of course you still have your personal life. I want to know if for people on this call that are also very busy, is if there is a way to balance it all and not get burnt out. Can you give us some advice on that?
I'm tempted to say burnout is inevitable, but no. Yes, listen, it can get a lot. As a woman, you might be married or you might be looking to get married. You might be a mother, you might be looking to have children. And it really can get a lot. So there are definitely some soft skills you need to acquire to help you along the journey. For me, the first and foremost thing I do, time management and organization, very important for me. So, for example, at the beginning of my children's school year, for every term, the calendar I shared, I put that into my work calendar. So I see what is clashing and what's not clashing, and organize myself. So I know, listen, if I have a meeting at the school, I have a meeting at work, what I'm going to do, what am I going to put in place? If the meeting at work is unavoidable, then I get in another resource, a mother, a sister, a friend, or somebody who can stand in for me at my child's school to be able to represent me. So I think time management, organization skills are very, very important. You need to be able to manage your time. You need to be able to organize yourself. Procrastination is a no-no. Otherwise, you'll get behind a lot. I was perusing the chat and I saw a few people talking about how difficult it is learning on your own. And a lot of times you'd have to do that. You'd have to score the YouTubes and stuff and learn on your own, read things on your own. So it helps if you are an organized, disciplined person and you manage your time well. So probably you go to work, you come, you're tired, you say, okay, I'm going to put 30 minutes every evening, every weekday evening, and learn this concept. So you know that from 8 to 8:30, you are locked in. If you have to start at 8:15, know that you finish at 8:45, but don't compromise on that goal. Make sure that you are following it to the T. Yes, there are days where you'd have to, it mustn't be so rigid that it becomes a burden. There are days that you would have to let that go, and it is what it will be what it is, but you need to commit to it and follow on. So organization, time management, I think communication is so key. Strong communication skills are essential in the workplace, at home. They are essential for expressing your needs, for setting your boundaries, and even seeking support and asking for help. I mean, sometimes at home you need help. You might be a mother, you might be a wife, you might be a sister, you might just have so many other things to do. You might be a carer for maybe an older parent or something like that. And it all comes into play, and it can all be a lot and become very stressful very quickly. So communication is also very key when you're asking for help. One thing, problem solving with cybersecurity, there's always a problem that needs to be tackled. There's always something that needs to be handled in a very delicate way. Case in point, maybe your work has a standard machine, that a laptop, which is probably like a Dell or let's say a Windows laptop that they give to all the staff, but one exec decides to use a Mac. How do you handle that? You need to treat it very delicately because they are in contravention of the rules. They flouted a policy. And how do you handle it? If I say, listen, I want to use my Mac, what do you do? So problem solving skills, people skills, communication, very key. And I think above all, you need to be resilient. And this is not only as a woman texter, but I think generally in life, you need to be resilient. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks and maintain a positive mindset. It is so important. You cannot let yourself be overwhelmed to the extent where everything seems doom and gloom and you feel you cannot rise up from whatever has come against you. It's important that for managing the demands of a job and also fulfilling the responsibilities at home, that you develop resilience. This can be done by cultivating self-care practices, seeking support and asking for help from loved ones, and maintaining a healthy work-life balance. Some of us need to be able to say no to work and keep work in the box of work and be able to, if I'm at home with my family or my loved ones, let me concentrate on that. I need that to de-stress. It can't be work all the time. Omolola, I think you're on mute. I can't hear you.
Sorry, I didn't know I was on mute. Yeah, I was correct. So I guess most times if you do a proper time management, you might not get to spill over work into some other things. Thank you. And I also, okay, I also like to ask you to close by giving us, so if you had to go back to younger Jacqueline, what are some things you tell her? I have an idea of some of the things you tell her. I guess you tell her you should get mentors because you had mentioned that already.
Number one, yes.
Yes. So I would like to know if there's any other thing that you would tell younger Jacqueline if you were to meet her.
Most definitely. Definitely get a mentor, get a coach, have a plan and set goals is number one on my list. But as people, as a person, and I think this goes to all of us, we are capable, so capable of much more than we think. So we need to take the effort to push ourselves just a little more. If you've pushed yourself and it hurts, don't give up there. It hurts too much, so I'm sitting down. Even if you decide to sit down, after a while, get up and continue pushing. Lead yourself. Self-awareness, self-leading is so crucial, especially if you're aspiring to leadership roles. I think it's very important, and have a growth mindset. You never stop learning anyway. So have a growth mindset. Get feedback often, use that feedback to improve yourself and keep going. Focus, it's a big one. Focus. There'll be a lot of things people have to say, good and bad. Take the good, build a step and go higher. The ones that are not necessary, just leave them as it is. Don't run away from the hard things. I think that is so important. The battles that you refuse to fight today, tomorrow will rise up and confront you again. So if there's a hard thing in front of you, and I'll give a practical example. For example, in the beginning of my cybersecurity career, I should have written CISSP, but I was so daunted. I heard so many people, the guys speaking about it. And these are guys who were fully technical, had done computer science. They were like, Charlie, that thing is so hard. It's difficult, 6 hours, blah, blah, blah. So I ran away from that battle. But here I am down the line and I realized this is inescapable. at some point in my life, if I'm going to stay here, I would need to write it. So imagine if I'd done it 2025, 2005 was what? How many years ago? Some 15, 18 odd years ago. Imagine if I'd done it then. I would be all the better for it. Okay. So I think crucial, whatever hard thing is in front of you, take a deep breath, put one foot in front of another, go for that mountain. You can do it. If you're tired, sit down, but get up again and then continue doing it. Whatever you don't conquer today, it'll come back and fight you. Definitely, it'll come back. And you have to, no matter what, it is your mountain, it's been given to you. You need to come and conquer it. Thank you very much. It's been such a pleasure. I think those are my parting words.
Thank you very much. I think the last part you said was a personal charge to me too. Thank you. So I guess this ends our fireside chat. And all right, please, how many questions can we take?
Hi, Malala. Hi, everyone. I have been wowed, as I'm sure many people have, but we're quite spent with time. So probably just take about 5 questions. I'll just leave them for you in the Q&A segment, because we'll still have a segment where we'll talk about the Women Techsters Fellowship. I've been seeing quite a number of questions about that. So we'll just quickly take a few questions directed at speakers, and then after that, we'll quickly move into the Women Techsters Fellowship segment. So just check the Q&A and start asking our speakers from there.
Okay, let me, Damola, I think you had said this, there's something for anyone in tech. Someone needs you to explain better.
Oh, sorry, what is the question?
The person is asking that you had said that there is something for everyone in tech. You know, when you were talking about either front-end or back-end.
Oh, yeah.
Person needs you to explain
So, yeah,
what you mean by there's something for everyone in tech.
Yeah, what I mean by there's something for everyone in tech, because I feel like a lot of people look at tech and thinking maybe just the coding that's available in tech, and it's not just coding. There are other roles in tech that they don't even code at all. So what would you say about app marketing? There's even content curators, there's product management, there's project management. There are other non-technical coding roles in tech. That's what I mean by there's something for everyone in tech. If you think that maybe you're not interested in the technical side of it, there are non-technical part of it that you can also go for. There are so many things in tech. I'm actually taking a course about like regulations, compliance. These are legal, maybe legal thing, maybe it's for lawyers. And so there's the tech world is big on its own. You can come in as you are. If you want to take technical, fantastic. If you don't want to, there are other roles that you can also fit in coming into tech. That's what I mean by there's room for everyone in tech.
Okay, thank you. I guess everyone should do better research to know what field would apply better to themselves. Thank you. Aya, this is for you. What's the difference between product design and UX design, and can one focus on one without the other?
Actually, product design is more involved in the business, so you have to meet more with the stakeholders or sponsors or POs. The part of the business you have to be involved in, and you have to understand your business very good, and you have to touch each point in your business and each module in your system, which you will have design or you will have work on. But the UX design just focus on the design. So actually, UX designer has to be helped with the PO to make him know, put this here, or we have to make this like this. So maybe the product designer more go through the business more than the UX designer. The UX designer can't go through the business details. That's it.
Okay, thank you. I hope that answers the person's question. And there's a question about what basic things should I equip my? So I think Jacqueline already answered the question on the basic technical skills you need for cybersecurity. So I'm going to skip that question. Okay, there's one that says, can someone work remotely as a cybersecurity analyst? Jacqueline, that is for you.
Sorry, I'm so busy answering people in the chat. Can you take that question again, please, Omolola?
The person is asking, can someone work remotely as a cybersecurity analyst?
Yes, you can. Listen, COVID has opened a wealth of tech positions around the world. You can do anything remotely these days. Listen, one thing about the tech industry is your research skills has to be on point. Google, YouTube is going to be your friend. Do a lot of research and talk to people as well. But I think the research is the most key thing. There's so many positions online opening up in the new in the emerging technologies in blockchain, in AI, so many new places, new things coming up. So I think the onus is upon you to get the necessary skill set, set your eye on something, get the necessary skill set, and start scoring the internet for these positions that are remote. And I'm sure you would definitely find what you're looking for. They're currently CISO is Chief Information Security Officer. So like what I do, the head of information security in a company. And now they are actually virtual CISOs. So you don't even need to be in the same country as the company that you are the CISO of. I mean, COVID has just accelerated us so fast, more than we were prepared for. And now I think remote work is here to stay, even though the pandemic has officially been declared over. So I think the onus is upon you to do a lot of research, make sure your skills are up to par, and then you could find an online job, a remote job. There's so many of them available. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Let me take the last question. Demla, there's somebody that is passionate about web development and has been learning on them on her own, and she wants an advice on learning track.
Okay, so like I put on the chat, I think I put a website, a roadmap is like a roadmap for maybe for a web developer, front end, back end, and you could follow that roadmap to learn, and that roadmap will probably guide you on the first thing to learn and how the journey is supposed to look like. It's like a typical map from beginning to the end of it. I feel like you should look at it, and then you can use that to like maybe structure your kind of research and how you're going to approach your learning track. And so I think that will help. That will be supposed to be the first thing. And thankful for that kind of initiative that someone like sit down, build like a roadmap for this career. Is making it easy. You know what to learn and when to learn it, and it's fantastic. But if anybody need any assistance or any guy, you can probably reach out to me. My DM is open on LinkedIn. You can check. You can just send me a message. I'll be glad to help.
Okay, thank you. I think you're currently running a master's program, right?
Yeah, I mean United Kingdom, yeah.
Okay, I don't know if this pertains to you, but someone is also trying to cross into tech academically and wants to run a PhD, but in AI, and is asking what basic things should I equip myself with?
Okay, so I want to ask, because if you're thinking of doing PhD, I want to see what PhD is all about research. So you can come into PhD, anything. But that it looks as if, looking at the message, as if the person is kind of confused, or you want to do AI, PhD AI, then you like cybersecurity. So you have to like focus on one. If it's your passion is cybersecurity, why not get something doing around that instead of going? Because at the end of the day, you can actually learn something in school and you will probably not use it or not doing it if you do not really have passion for it. So I think you should probably go with your passion first, or I say if there's a motivation behind you coming into PhD AI, I would like to hear that. But for now, it's look as if this person started like my early years of my career, don't know what to do. So if it is cybersecurity you want to do, why not do a PhD that's maybe related to security, so that you know that you are in what you love to do. So you not just be working yourself, because coming into AI, I'm doing AI right now, so I can tell it's a lot of things to learn. So
Yeah, I think that's good advice. Thank you. All right, I think that's all for now. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very, very much, Omodola. That was such an insightful session. And thank you to all of our speakers. Thank you, Damilola. Thank you, Jacqueline. Thank you, Aya. I know I learned a lot. My notepad is full, as I'm sure you have. Please, I'd just like to see your comments in the section, participants, for all our beneficiaries. How was the session? What did you learn? What a take home for you that you're taking from this session? And of course, the links to all of our panelists LinkedIn has been posted, so you could just connect with them. A lot of them have given you the open floor to reach out if you want to get to know more and all of that. And I also saw some questions about whether or not the session is recorded. Some people had network issues. You do not worry about that. This whole session is recorded, and you would get the recording towards, I think, in about a week. Yes, Zoom would automatically send you the link to the recording. Okay, I can see Patience saying I was very impactful, as I was. So I'm pretty sure you have. Okay, I can see Rebecca saying it was exciting, educating, and engaging, full of motivation. Well done to all of us, because I'd just like to say thank you once again for taking time out of your busy schedule to be able to come and impact the lives of young African ladies here. And now to the session, quite a number of people have been waiting for. I've been seeing quite a number of questions about the Women Techsters, the Women Techsters initiative, what it is about, those people who registered for bootcamp, those people who try to apply for fellowship. So I'll just quickly run through the Women Techsters initiative and then answer a couple of questions within the short time that we have left. So the Women Techsters initiative is an initiative of Tech for Dev, and it was created to, help women in Africa, right, young girls and women in Africa, to gain a tech skill and to, begin a career in tech. And the way the Women Techsters initiative was designed is such that it would give you a step-by-step research that you know what to do after each step. So we have 5 sub-programs under the Women Techsters initiative. The first is the Tech Girls Drive, which is basically an advocacy drive where we go to schools and other communities to talk to young girls about how they can start a career in STEM. And of course, the next one is the Women Techsters Open Day, which you currently are on. And of course, the Women Techsters Open Day is a monthly virtual program that is held online like it is now. And we invite speakers, we invite panelists who are trailblazers already in the tech industry here in Africa, to just come and share their experiences as to how they're able to get into tech, what skills, what technical skills would you need, what social skills, what software skills rather would you need, and then basically just how to move on. And our speakers have done justice to all of that. They have spoken so much about it, tech skills that you need, how to go into, also how to build some soft skills that would be necessary in your journey. And of course, after this is the Women Techsters Bootcamp. Now, what's the Women Techsters Bootcamp about? So you come here, you've met speakers who have spoken to you about cybersecurity, who have spoken to you about product design and software development, and you decided, okay, I want to get to know more about software development. I want to get to know more about data analysis or whatever. And all you just need to do is register for the apply to the Women Techsters Bootcamp, which is also a monthly training. And if you want to know so much more about bootcamp, please ensure you're following us on social media. The links to all of our social media pages will be put very, very soon in the chat. Yeah, my colleague will be putting that in the chat now. So you can just follow us there to see, you would get updates as regards any of our program whenever application is open. And I've also been seeing people ask about the fellowship application. I believe the link has been put now in the chat section. And just as Ojonoka and Blessing mentioned earlier in this webinar, the Women Techsters Fellowship application will be closing in 2 days. Wow, so that's to be closing on May 27th. I mean, the application has been open for almost a whole month now. So please take time out to read through the instructions. There is also, I believe there is also a place for you to just check out the questions, just look through the questions and see how you'll be able to answer it. Please ensure that you read the instructions carefully before submitting your application. Once again, the application will be closing on May 27th, which is 2 days away from here. So once you apply for the Women Techsters Bootcamp, which is a starter course, it's just a 3-week training program where you just learn about, okay, this is what I need to know about cybersecurity, about data analysis, or about software design, software development rather. And after that, if you've decided that after the bootcamp, okay, this is something I really want to go into, then you apply for the fellowship. And the fellowship is a 1-year intensive program divided into 6 months of intensive training and the other 6 months of internship. So ensure that you do your proper research, ensure that you follow us on social media so that you are able to get the best of all of our programs. So I can see a lot of questions as regards if you've applied for the Women Techsters Bootcamp, how do you know about how do you know your admission status? For everyone who has questions about the Women Techsters Bootcamp, kindly send emails to Women Techsters Bootcamp, which is wtbootcamp@techfordev.com. I'll take that again, wtbootcamp@techfordev.com. So just send out emails there and you would receive a response as regards your admission status. However, I'd just like to say that if you have applied and probably for a particular cohort you were not chosen, you can apply again. Like I said, it's a program that's constantly running. So currently now we have the cohort 2.6 running, and if you applied and probably were not chosen for any reason, please ensure that you get up to apply for the cohort 2.7, which will be coming out very, very soon. Again, you should be following us on all social media platforms to know much about it. So I can see some questions about if you're applying for the Women Techsters Fellowship and you did not submit your video, whether or not the application is still acceptable. I would just like to state expressly that submitting your video is a crucial part of the application, which is why you are enjoined to ensure you properly go through all of the questions and take your time before submitting your application. So the video is actually a very, very valid, important part of the submission. I can also see questions about how can I apply? The link to the Women Techsters Fellowship application has been posted on the chat section. If for any reason you missed it, all you need to do is check our website online, or follow us on any of our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. And once you check our bio, you will see information about how to register. Again, the link is on the chat section, so you can put it there. And questions about if you've applied, how you've been accepted. If you have applied, just sit tight, sit with your email, and then once the application closes officially, you surely get a response from us as your application status. So I believe I have, okay, so there's a question here that says that you are working and you're also interested in fellowship. How would you combine the 6 months? Is this 6 months of training or internship with your job, and stay there around it? So the best thing I would advise for you is to ensure if you're a working class person and you'd want to register for the fellowship, because of how intensive the fellowship is, we would strongly advise that you have a conversation with your employer so that they know that this is a training program that you're applying for to better yourself, and then they can create allowances for you so that you're able to have your training while still also working with them. All right, I can see a question here about the tracks available. And so for the tracks available for the Women Techsters Fellowship, we have software development, both front end and back end. We have product design, we have product management, we have data science and artificial intelligence, we have cybersecurity, we have mixed reality and 3D animation, we have blockchain, and of course we have mobile app development. So those are the 8 learning tracks available for anyone who wants to apply. And at this point, I believe I have answered all questions. I believe I have answered all questions. Yes, I'm just going through to be clear. And okay, so, all right, yes. Okay, so like I said earlier, if you want to know, if you have any questions about your admission status as regards the Women Techsters bootcamp, I will just quickly type the email. So it is again wtbootcamp@techfordev.com. So just send them, shoot them a mail, and you get a response as regards your admission status. Once again, I would like to say that if for any reason you are not admitted in the current cohort, you can try again. So I'd like to thank all of our speakers and all of our panelists once again for taking out time from their busy schedule to join us. For those who are asking for the recorded version, just sit tight. You will be sent in exactly a week. You'll be sent a mail that includes the link to the recording of this session, so you can watch it once again and learn from all that our speakers and panelists have said today. Again, please, if you want to know more, please follow us on all of our social media platforms. That's the best place to get any information that you have. And of course, the emails have all been sent to the webinar chat, so you can check it. Thank you all. Okay, I think before we go, we have one last thing to do. Yes, and it's to take pictures. This is always my favorite session because we also get to promote some of our attendees to panelists. So if you're an attendee and you'd like to be a part of our photo booth, please just raise your hand and I'll promote you to a panelist. And please ensure that your video is turned on, and also ensure that you are in a conducive environment where you can turn on your video and can take pictures, and there won't be so many distractions. So I can see a lot of people already raising their hands. So I'll be promoting everyone to the panel session. Hi, Usman. Hi, Eniola. So I hope you're ready for our photo booths. So I'm just promoting everyone to panel. Please, once you join in the panel session, kindly turn your video on so that we will just take our photo shoot. And I always like this session because pictures for me are just capturing memories in moments, such that you can look back and say, oh yes, I attended this webinar and it was a good start to my tech career. So I'm promoting quite a number of people to the panel session. If you have already been promoted to the panel session, kindly turn your video on and get ready with your bright smile to take pictures, okay? Hi, Usman. Are you ready for us? Hi, Usman. Hi. Okay, hi, Niola. Are you ready? Please turn on your videos so that everyone can see. Okay, I can already see all of our, okay, all right, okay, let me just promote like 2 or 3 more persons so we can have more people here. Okay, so if you've been promoted to panelists, kindly turn your video on and get ready to smile very brightly. All right, so are we all ready? Are we ready? Okay, yeah. Awesome. I like this. Okay, awesome. So we'll be unmuting our mics and we'll all be saying women in tech. Did we get that? So you just quickly unmute and say women in tech with your brightest smile while our digital media team takes a picture. All right, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Women in tech.
Women in tech.
Women in tech.
Women in tech.
Awesome, awesome. I really like that. Thank you all. Thank you so much, everyone. Hi, Niola, were you able to get that? Hi, Niola, were you able to get that? Okay, well, I got it on my end.
Yes,
too.
I was alright. So we're good.
Oh, okay, awesome. Thank you so very much for that. And with that, we have come to the end of this month's open day. Thank you so much to all of our panelists. Thank you so much, Aya, all the way from Egypt. Thank you so much, Jacqueline, all the way from Ghana. Thank you so much, Damlola, our Nigerian, we're also in the UK currently. Thank you so much, Omolola, who's right here with us in Nigeria. Thank you so much for taking out time to come and speak and moderate this session. I know I learned a lot, as I'm sure a number of the ladies have too. Thank you, and also would just like to say thank you to all of our partners, to Microsoft and to Islamic Bank. Thank you so much for partnering with us and for helping us to impact as many lives as we've been able to. At this point, we would like to bid everyone adieu. Do enjoy the rest of your evening and cheers. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.